Good day, folks. Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to another little chat. We're going to talk about something that I posted a year and a half ago, and it was a video I should say. It wasn't my usual content, so to speak, but it's my video that got the most views ever on my channel so far. Nearly 500,000 views so far. Kind of went viral. So it shows what a popular topic it was back then, and still is to this day, you know. So I just want to touch on this subject again, but I have to be very careful with what I say. I recorded this video the other day, and so much stuff's going on in the UK right now from day to day. By the time I'd made that video, something far more kind of sinister and strange happened, so I just want to re-record the video basically. So just over 18 months ago I posted a video about a hotel in my little village in Wales closing down to the public to house people from other shores. Let me just explain it like that. Migrants, illegal immigrants, who knows? You know, nobody knows. People have their own opinions on that. I don't know. I will never know, because they left after 3 months and never to be seen again in my village. But when I posted that video, almost instantly it went viral, you know. The views just went crazy. Lots of people commenting on it. My travel videos get into the hundreds, sometimes maybe into the thousands, very low thousands, but nowhere near what this video did, you know. So it just proved to me how popular this topic was at the time. Now I just went on to discuss what was happening in my village, that a hotel had just closed down to house a lot of people from other shores, and it was all a bit strange, you know. The village never got told really what was happening. They didn't really get integrated into the community. We didn't get introduced to one another, you know. It would have been nice to say hello to them and, you know, integrate with them. If they're going to be there, it'd be nice to get on along with them, right? You know, like, instead of just being they're there, we're there. So it just, to me, that was a little bit strange, you know. So anyway, I had my doubts about this situation, and I also had my fears about it, you know. I felt something wasn't quite right at the time. These are just my thoughts. I'm not saying it's right or correct or anything. I'm just saying that's how I felt. And a lot of people felt quite uneasy all around the country, but not just in my village, you know, all around the country. If you know, I'm sure you know what I'm talking about right now. If you're seeing what's going on in the UK, this is August 2024. So basically, one of the things that I touched on in that video, that first video that I posted, was the fact that I think, like, the lack of integration was a bit of a problem, you know. I just thought that was quite a big problem. Why them, why us, you know, like, let's all mix, let's all integrate. And before I go any further in this video, I just want to let you know, I shouldn't need to say this anyway, but I don't have a racist bone in my body. I really don't. I have friends from all different ethnicities, and no problem, you know. So anyway, one of my fears back then also was that because of this diversity and the differences in cultures and us not getting integrated with one another, because clearly some cultures are different to others, you know. And that's not to say you can't get on, but what I'm saying is, for some reason, a lot of these people that were coming into the hotels and blah de blah weren't allowed to integrate with the masses like us, you know. There was people going to these hotels, and still are, and they're not allowed to talk to these people. Anyway, all a bit strange back then. Wind on to 18 months later now, like I say, August 2024, and there are riots galore, folks. There's riots galore. There's, like, yeah, serious riots going on, like supposed, you know, protests, peaceful protests. I'm not going to go too deep into exactly what's going on, but there's a couple of guys in the limelight that they're trying to kind of blame for these protests, these peaceful protests. and it's causing massive diversity here in the UK. And this is exactly what I was afraid of back then, and many people in the world, or especially in the UK, have been worried about this also, you know. The majority of the people in the UK just want to get on. We all just want to get on. We all just want to be friends. We all just want to get by and stand by each other and stick up for one another and be together, no matter what nationality, no matter what country, no matter what religion. We should all be able to get on, you know, as one. The problem is, a lot of people believe, you know, there's many, you know, what's the word I'm looking for? There's a lot of migrants coming here for the right reasons. They're coming here because they want to make a better life for themselves. They are in danger, you know. They want to come here to make good for themselves. You got people, you know, like doctors from India, like really clever people coming over here to go to uni and to work here eventually and things like that, you know. And they're more than welcome. That's been happening for decades and decades in the UK, you know. And they've made nice lives for themselves. They've had families, and they're just continuing to grow, thrive as a community. But the problem we have at the moment in the UK, folks, and it's happening in many other countries also, is that there seems to be a bout of, like, a lot of migrants coming over here that don't have that same interest, or they don't want to fit into our society, and there's a lot of trouble happening on the streets, you know. Now this is happening in both ways. Like I say, it's not I'm not just talking about other religions here causing trouble. It's what I'm saying is it's causing a lot of trouble in the UK with this whole diversity thing, and what some people are calling a two-tier policing system, where people from other countries and ethnicities are getting more privileges than the white man here in the UK, you know. A lot of people are getting angry over it. Now, some people believe that this is a setup. This is all a plan. This is the plan, is to separate us all, you know, is to make us hate each other, which at the moment, I'm not gonna lie, they're succeeding. And if that is what's happening, I'm not saying it is, you know, maybe it's all legitimately just, this is all just happening, you know, and that's what's happening. But a lot of people do believe this could be a bit of a setup. And anyways, what I want to say is, my point of this video, I guess, is let's all stick together, no matter what colour you are, black, white, purple, pink, orange, it doesn't matter, you know. What religion, that's where it gets tricky, because there's a lot of people that religion can bring trouble with it. Even though it's meant to be a peaceful thing, it can bring trouble, you know, if people don't agree with one another about certain religions. And you know, some religions are supposedly very peaceful, whereas other religions can come across as being maybe a little bit evil, or don't have such good intentions, you know. As far as other cultures are concerned, maybe in their culture it is, but in a lot of other cultures it's not. And that's the problem here now, is that I think people with other religions are coming over here and maybe just trying to change things a little too much for some people, and that's why it's getting people angry, you know. But we should all be able to get along. We should all be able to just get along. But like I say, there's many people that believe that for some reason there's a lot of people coming from the shores, from different shores, and it's not working, basically. Sorry if my hair's all over the place. It's proper windy today, folks. But let me know your thoughts. I mean, it's quite sad to see my country going through this, you know, when you're just watching, well, you see what's on YouTube and you see what's on whatever you know, platform you choose to watch or find out your news. It's very sad to see. It's very sad to see. A lot of these peaceful protests, I believe, are aimed to be peaceful, you know, they're aimed to be peaceful. But unfortunately, when some people hear the word protest, that's a really good excuse to go somewhere and kick off. So it's like football hooligans, do you know what I mean? They don't really go there for the football, they go there to kick off. They're not interested in the football. And I believe there's some people that go to these protests and kick off, potentially to ruin it for the peaceful protesters, you know, to make it look like it isn't peaceful, although it is supposed to be. It's all strange, folks, it's all strange. But predicted, you know. It's when you kind of look at certain things and you put things together yourself and you make your own mind up about some things, sometimes you're right in the future, you know. So, but I'm not saying I am, that's the thing. Who knows what's going on? It's all very confusing, and I believe it's all supposed to be confusing. So and another thing I need to touch on as well, I just said just earlier in the video, I need to be careful with what I say, really, because these are just my opinions. I'm not giving any facts here, you know. I'm just kind of, well, what I'm trying to say is I'm not on either side, do you know what I mean? I'm not on either side. I'm just trying to figure out why my country's gotten in such a mess. Now, also here in the UK, this is why I had to re-record it again, to let you guys know this as well. It's people are getting the police coming around to their house or being arrested for posting or sharing certain content on platforms such as YouTube. So you can't even, by the sounds of it, you know, you're not, they're saying it's called, you know, they're calling it spreading misinformation. So say, for example, something bad happens in the UK and I repost it or send it to someone, and I agree with it, and I'm like, oh my god, yes, I agree with these people. That can get you in trouble now, apparently, you know. So that's why I have to be very careful, and every content creator now is pretty much having to be very careful with what they say, because if it's against what the news, if it's against what the mainstream media is saying, it seems like they don't want it out there. They don't want it, you can't even have an opinion, you know. It's crazy, man, crazy. So anyway, folks, that was just a little 1.5-year update on what's been going on since back then, when hotels started getting taken over, to now, where there's riots, stabbings, murders, looting. So who knows where my country is going right now. I just hope we're going to get a grip. I hope we can all just realise that we can all just get on. But it seems like there is a group of people out there that don't want that to happen, and they're potentially here for the wrong reasons, you know. Anyways, let's all just love each other. Come on, we can do it. Unity. I always post that on certain posts, you know, unity, because it's all we've got, folks. We can just stick together, and I can't even say what I want to say, basically. It's so bad. All right, folks, until the next one, peace.